brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Levis looking to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third down, here comes Swift. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
This is fielded at the 27. Dances by him. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a familiar face. This is Houston's first-round pick, of course, back in 2017. Deshaun Watson. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 37. Here's Watson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing again is Watson. It's caught downfield by Mechie. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 62 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. Going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Romeo Doubs. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now. and they can't change it. The season dictated what will happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
On second down, Swift. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Now Levis. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Watson off play action. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
Watson now to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A 3rd down gain of 19.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Watson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Houston's offense taking over again. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. On first down, Levis. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Vita Vea. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Levis' throw complete to McBride. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now a first down throw, Watson. He gets this one to Mechie. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Here's Watson. And he's got it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Gibbs will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
Sometimes offense, you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And here comes the Texans now. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st down, Texans.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Houston.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Levis back to throw.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that clock's going to be on the ground.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st.
Levis to throw it.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
A 2nd down throw from Levis.
Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as as well. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And now here come the Ravens. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 2nd down, here's Watson.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Watson looks to throw again.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Watson's throw completed to Mechie. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with...
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1.
That is caught. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Completed out left to Dobbs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Levis.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Watson on 1st down.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Watson.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 60 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Again, it's Watson.
Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. George Kittle from a yard out. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Levis. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st down, Watson connects with Kittle underneath. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Gibbs straight ahead. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Watson.
That's complete to Dobbs.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 11-yard line.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Watson.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
John Mechie.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens extend their lead yet again. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change it.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now Levis.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Quick throw completed by Watson.
There he goes left side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll go was an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On first down, it's Watson. Completes it again to Dobbs. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 14.
Now Watson.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Ravens are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 27-yard line.
Levis sets up to throw here.
Flush to his right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Texans.
Levis back to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down, Houston.
Levis to throw it.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
My vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Levis looking to throw.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Levis. And that is incomplete. pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal. But now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 2. Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.